Today on Garage Guru TV, I give you the lowdown on Evans Waterless Engine Coolant. Welcome to Garage Guru TV. In front of me I have a set of products from Evans Waterless Engine Coolant. Evans Waterless Engine Coolant is a substitute for antifreeze or water in your cooling system. But Evans Waterless Engine Coolant has many features that regular water-based coolants do not have.
So what benefits come from running Evans coolant? Firstly, because there is no water in Evans Waterless Engine Coolant, there is no corrosion, as the corrosion in many coolant systems is caused by the water. Neither will your car boil over. Evans Waterless Engine Coolant boils at around 375 degrees Fahrenheit, much higher than the 226 degree threshold of most antifreeze. But perhaps the nicest part of Evans Waterless Engine Coolant is that it lasts the lifetime of your engine. That means no flushing radiators or topping off your coolant. We will be doing this conversion on our 1971 Datsun 510 project vehicle. This vehicle takes some serious abuse on the autocross and deserves to be as cool as possible. I started by loosening and removing the radiator cap and then the lower radiator hose. I then let most of the coolant flow out. Next, I removed the upper radiator hose and the water neck. Before I could install the new radiator hoses and water neck, I had to put in some elbow grease and scrape off all of the caked on corroded metal and gasket on the intake manifold.
So last night we drained all of the water-based engine coolant out of our Datsun 510, and today we're going to swap it with Evans Waterless Engine Coolant. Last night we let the engine sit overnight so it could drain all of the extra water, and this morning we turned on the exhaust function on our shop vac and blew out every last little bit. We're also going to replace our water neck as our old one is extremely corroded. Hopefully the new Evans Waterless Engine Coolant will prevent all of that. Now that we've reinstalled our water neck, upper and lower radiator hoses, and have drained the block from the coolant as well as we could, we are now going to install the Evans Prep Fluid. The Evans Prep Fluid serves as a flush for all the water in your system. Basically what you do is you pour this in just as you would any regular coolant, and then you're going to run it until your thermostat opens and just get it through the system. Then you're going to drain it, and we're going to put in the actual Evans Waterless Engine Coolant. The prep fluid is necessary for the installation of Evans Waterless Engine Coolant because the Evans Engine Coolant only works best when it has a 3 to 5% water content. The car is now filled with prep fluid. I'm now going to have my assistant turn on the car and we're going to run it for a while with the prep fluid just until the thermostat opens so we can get water going through the whole system. Then we'll drain the prep fluid and we'll put in the actual Evans Waterless Engine Coolant. So now we're just going to wait for the thermostat to open so it can get through the water pump in the whole engine. Now that we've run our Datsun's engine with the Evans Prep Fluid for about 10 minutes with the thermostat open, all we have to do is drain out the prep fluid and install the Evans Waterless Engine Coolant. It's important to note that the Evans Prep Fluid is reusable. So now I'm just going to take off the lower radiator hose and let's get rid of that prep fluid. We've now drained all the prep fluid from the system, and now I'm going to take our shop vac, turn on the exhaust function, and we're going to use some high volume, low pressure air and blow through the radiator as well as the thermostat housing to get all the remnants of the prep fluid out. The prep fluid is out of our cooling system and all of the prep work is done. We're about to install the Evans Waterless Engine Coolant into our cooling system. I like to emphasize that the prep work on an Evans Waterless Engine Coolant conversion is really where you find the results. If you just open up your radiator hoses and just let some drain out, you're not going to get the results you want. We were recommended to Evans Waterless Engine Coolant by a friend of ours who worked on our 1929 Model A. Our Model A would overheat every single day, and it's just not fun. You don't enjoy the vehicles if they're always overheating. So we converted our flathead-powered Model A over to Evans Waterless Engine Coolant, and now we could drive it in 100-degree weather for 100 miles with no issues. That's why we decided to put the Evans Waterless Engine Coolant into our Datsun. Evans Waterless Engine Coolant is suitable for any gas, diesel, propane, or compressed natural gas vehicle. If your vehicle or other engine has a cooling system, Evans Waterless Coolant will work. They use them in fleet vehicles, big old diesel, big rigs, motorcycles, snowmobiles, everything. If you have a coolant system, Evans Coolant is the way to go. The radiator is now filled with Evans Waterless Engine Coolant, and we'll now run the car to get any air out of the system and then fill it up and top it off, and we should be ready to ride. While you're driving the car, you're gonna wanna squeeze the hoses just to make sure all the air's getting out. And so now I'll have my assistant turn on the car. Go ahead. And once the thermostat opens, you'll probably have to add some more coolant to the system. I'm gonna add a little more to the system, it looks a little low.
2584.
We decided to put the Evans Waterless Engine Coolant to the ultimate test, Autocross. After 20 laps of the mile-long track, our Datsun 510 showed neither leaks nor corrosion, and the temperature gauge never rose above 180 degrees. I would personally recommend Evans Waterless Engine Coolant to anybody for any car, which is why it is used on all of my personal cars and the GarageGuruTV project vehicles. If you want more information on Evans Coolant, check out evanscoolant.com. Thank you for tuning in to GarageGuruTV. I will see you around.